when we look at our hormones, we have about 40 years where these hormones are up. So between like 15 to about 55, what I call locked and loaded with our neurochemical armor. And it's not just estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, but it's also dopamine, serotonin, acetylcholine, like it's all those neurotransmitters. And I feel like now looking back at my life, that neurochemical armor blocked me from dealing with the truth often.
Mm-hmm.
And when that neurochemical armor came down somewhere in my mid 40s, as it started to shed, the truth could not be held back anymore. And then I got aware recently, like in the last year, that what a blessing that was, and that there's another 40 years of me. There's a 53 to 93. I plan on living over 100. So there's another 40, 50 years of me without that neurochemical armor. So what if I looked at menopause as actually a redesign, a moment to redesign myself to be the woman I want to be at the back 40 years? That's what I just heard you say.
Yes, because, I feel like I talked to you about this when we talked another time, but what I've been exploring lately is that there's a part of me that knows that my teenage self had it right. I was a loner. I liked to be very much on my own. I liked to be with my books and my journal and do things, in a way that just wasn't quite acceptable for my mother at that time. And, then I sort of went out and did all the things. And then now here I am, my 58-year-old self, really doubling down on how much I love to be with myself, how much I enjoy, how much more I appreciate myself single than partnered, how much more I need and want the space that I can give myself. And so it's almost like this through line and sort of puberty to menopause,
right?
These bookends.
It fits the hormonal trajectory. One was you were coming into your hormonal, glory, and one is you are exiting out. And this is, again, you and I have chatted about this, and my audience hopefully knows this, that this is part of what the conversation I'm trying to crack open for women is that these hormones do dictate the way that we behave. They dictate our relationships, the decisions we make. And when they're there, we operate in one way. And when they're gone, we operate in another way. But it's the in and out of those transition points that can be really the most vulnerable for us.